So right now we're going to be getting into Kamisama Kiss season 2. Yeah, of course, season 2. What am I even talking about? Season 2, episode 5. Last time, Nanami and Akuro got out of the netherworld thanks to Tomoe. Now, we also got the backstory as to how Akuro got his human body. And now that he has Nanami's hair, he's free to go in and out through the netherworld whenever he wants. So eventually he's going to grab his old body, which is not good. But are we going to go back to the meeting? And if we are the gods going to be surprised that she's come back? Or are we just going to go home? Who knows? But anyways, without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Make sure with original content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I feel alive again. After not eating or drinking anything for 2 days, this...
Goodness. Oh, you must have had such a bad headache. I have a headache when I don't eat food for like 5 hours.
I was the one here to accompany you, but I couldn't even manage to come to the rescue when you were in danger and needed me.
No.
Oh, please grind this hopeless waste of a familiar under your boot forever and ever!
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
He carried me here, so he's still gotta be in Izumo. Where is he?
Is he not?
Maybe out for a walk?
Did you tell him to leave? I doubt Tomoe will listen to you.
Mizuki! What day of the Divine Assembly is this?
It's
the 4th day, Lady Nanami. I grew tired of waiting, so I had to come to you.
Okuninushi! He brought a throne? Ow!
Tomoe's actions upon using the lucky mallet to reduce himself to a yokai were deeply reprehensible. He'll be kept in the East Prison for now.
Oh, he's in prison?
You must now devote yourself to your duties at the Divine Assembly.
Oh, that's not good. She's gonna break him out.
With the bonds of the contract undone, he has reverted to a dangerous wild fox.
Oh, you gotta
I
get
can't
into
allow
prison
him
and
to
kiss
run
him.
loose.
Goodness. You just jumped over it.
to be locked away in a place like this.
Oh, you're locked away. I mean, you were the one to
waste
swing
your
the hammer.
sympathies on me, Kotetsu. I believed it was because I was a familiar that I protected her, but...
Tomoe!
Lady Nanami!
Okay, he's not in prison. All right, that's fine. Did you just pick up the rabbit?
What happened to your hand? It looks like you've been hurt.
Why are you here during the middle of the assembly? You're wasting your
Kiss
time.
him.
'Tis not your business. I shall be the one to make decisions regarding my future.
Now.
Allow me a bit of time to consider becoming your familiar again, please.
You want time? I guess.
Oh no. I have been looking for you everywhere, Lady Nanami! The 4th day of the Divine Assembly is about to begin!
She's not in a right headspace.
Other than keeping myself from begging him to stay, I don't know what else I can do for him. Please excuse me. The matchmaking talisman.
Oh, you've been destroyed from Tomoe.
Not to worry. He's been given the peach pill, a miracle cure. It will heal any wound.
Would you mind sharing a little of that?
Oh, you want to
medicine
heal
with me,
Tomoe's
too,
wound?
please? How about the legendary limited edition sweet potato donut? It's a deluxe peach flavored one. Doesn't that sound yummy?
No. Or yes. Wasn't that her last talisman?
Well, it seems the fox is still in a cage.
How did you manage to get in?
I
I
crawled.
mean, yeah,
Then
he's
crawled
kind of
away.
a snake.
I wish to be alone.
I'd rather you didn't cause my lady and mistress too much grief.
True.
No matter how far away Nanami might have been, there was not a day when I did not think of her. That was surely because I was a familiar.
But it's
It's
not.
the contract between a god and a familiar, right?
It's much more than that.
Your contract and being a familiar have nothing to do with it. Face it,
What was
she's
that?
just a girl that you like.
Mizuki put in facts.
Now that the big mystery is solved, here you go. A parting gift from Lady Nanami. The Lord Mamori's peach pills.
I cannot accept such a thing.
Oh my gosh. This man.
One touch and I shall know the truth. Do I desire her?
Yes.
This maiden?
Give in to your feelings.
Please don't leave.
She's still asleep, but she knows his presence. When she's asleep? You just did the Mizuki treatment. Oh, okay. Never mind.
So
So,
it is true.
okay, never mind.
I have feelings for Nanami.
But, okay, you kissed her, so she's a familiar now.
Tomoe's verdict is in. What a relief! I'm so happy you're back to being a familiar. Oh, I knew it! You really did come into my room last night, didn't you? kiss me.
Kind of, sort of.
That you must eat now.
And he kind of, sort of kicked him in the face.
This is a problem. When Nanami's cheeks begin to blush as she speaks of her feelings for me, I cannot help but want to be cruel to her.
A little
Is it alright if I start sleeping in your
elementary
room tonight,
school
please?
crush.
What? Sure thing.
He may not.
I wasn't asking you, and there's plenty of room.
I know. What about if you slept in there with us too? All three of us. Tomoe's in such a bad mood today. I wonder if he didn't really want to become a familiar.
You guys need better communication. We just have gods passing out.
I have not slept very much in the past few days thanks to my matchmaking work. There are so many of them. If you'll let me, I could help you out.
She's doing this on purpose.
Tomoe! They're finally allowing me to take a little break. What'll it be? You want to go shopping?
Heck yeah. Going shopping for new clothes.
The grand shrine here in the mundane world is super busy too.
The Gods in Residence
Of course.
Festival is right now.
We're in the same place, but everything's different.
I would love to be able to read all this.
It's kind of magical.
Oh my gosh. There's so many words that aren't being translated into English. This is so... Triggered.
It's almost like we're on a date. How crazy is that?
Do you still care for me?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't she?
Well, of course, but it's okay.
Your ears went away now. Your ears were there.
I can just pour this.
Are you
into
gonna
the
tell
other-
her?
Excuse me, sorry about that, dear.
I knew I should have washed my other one.
You realize this situation is exactly why I tell you always be prepared. Panicking does not help either, so...
What are you doing?
I'm changing. There's a camisole underneath. I could wear this all by itself.
What female in their right mind starts undressing in front of a man?
You're a familiar. Okay? It's okay.
Think about it. This morning you spoke of sleeping in the same room with the damned snake. You lack discretion. What if he were to jump you as he did before?
Didn't you just jump her earlier in this episode?
If you were content to merely speak of being in love and whatnot, go recite it to a wall on your own.
Come away.
Whatever I did, I promised to never do it again.
Oh my gosh, you're giving her, like, trauma right now.
I am very sorry, Nanami. I was unbelievably wrong.
Yeah.
You will catch a cold if you remain in this wet shirt. I will remove it for you.
I will remove...
I can do it by myself.
You do not have to, though. 'Tis a familiar's duty to look after his lady and mistress. What is wrong?
Oh my gosh, the switch up back and forth.
And tonight, per your request, I will stay by your side the entire evening. I am a familiar, so there should be nothing wrong with that.
Do you still think this is okay?
Oh, you were just trying to make an example? Put him back in prison.
Why do you think that foxes don't consider possible consequences, Tomoe? Oh, this isn't about you, by the way. It's about this friend I have who's also a fox.
Oh, Mizuki has his moments. Okay, it's fantastic.
Day 7 of the Divine Assembly.
Okay,
At long
how many more
last,
days?
We're at the end.
Thank goodness.
Hey, what's up? I decided to get you a souvenir for probably getting all your work done.
What's it?
Thanks, but what about
Is it a
your
new
work?
outfit?
Oh, honey, I've been done a while. Once you finish, you gotta go have fun quick. Otherwise, you get stuck doing the work of other gods, too.
You guys are UPS drivers now?
How's the Divine Assembly been for you?
It's been incredible. A
Really?
person's destiny is one thread.
They intertwine and create bonds. All things are linked from the past to the present day. Come on, today is finally the last day of the Divine Assembly.
Man has a Steve shirt on.
Otohiko got me this to wear at the banquet, but I'm not
Yes.
sure I've done it right. How does it look?
You cannot attend the banquet looking like that. I will dress you. Strip.
You can't just say that, Tomoe.
You realize you're an idiot, don't you?
Yeah.
So how does it feel? I'm curious to know what that's like.
You have been awfully belligerent of late, Snake.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Don't get carried away and elope with her or anything, okay?
I have no intention of ever involving myself with a mere human.
You say that now.
It's a grand gathering of the gods. Everyone looks like they're having fun.
Oh, so she's not asleep now.
You're like a doll in that.
You're wearing the same thing. You should be wearing something more extravagant.
Lady Human Goddess, it is a sake cup from the Lord Okuninushi. Go on.
I don't know. I don't trust Akuninishi.
I shall have it instead. What is wrong?
Yeah.
Feel lush, why don't you?
It's here.
Okay.
The butterfly.
Capture it. Can you actually capture it?
I was right. It was you. Mr. Mikage.
Okay. You mean he's just been hanging out this whole time?
I'm grateful to you for being good to Tomoe.
Does that mean you're not going to see Tomoe?
I can't do that yet.
Why not?
If I were to visit Tomoe now, my 20 years of absence would go to waste.
Okay, so you're just trying to get the reliance
Do you know
off.
why it is that love between humans and yokai is considered taboo?
No. Explain.
No, I don't.
The reason humans can fall in love over and over is because their hearts change with time. But it is different for the yokai kind. They live for a very long while. There are many who grow old without ever loving another. To fall in love with someone and to need that person is a highly risky proposition for the yokai. Tomoe has quite a bit of history behind him as well. I've used my powers to make him forget his past temporarily. But I'm sure you understand that things can't remain this way forever. I think you can teach him that humans are not as weak as he believes they may be.
Oh, gosh.
Mikage!
But he still has a long way to go.
This man. Talk about Tomoe putting Nanami through trauma. Mikage is just dunking Tomoe in a trauma bucket. I mean, it makes sense. The way Mikage is explaining things, it brings a lot of things to light in a sense of it just makes sense. Like the reason yokai and humans don't have any relationships is because yokais tend to love one person or tend to love that person for a long period of time. Like they can't die super, or they have a long lifespan and they never really get over their love. So knowing that, yokais tend to just try to avoid it. Now with Tomoe loved the Yukiji girl. And the only reason why he doesn't love her right now is because Mikage has made him forget. Now Mikage has also said that it's not going to last forever. So eventually we're going to see a time of where Tomoe probably remembers her. I mean, in the last season, he was already starting to remember her somewhat, right? When he was sick and he turned into a kid, he had like a little vision of Yukiji. So it's already starting to come back. And I wouldn't doubt that when Akira-o finally comes back into his old form, Tomoe seeing that is definitely going to bring a lot of memories to the forefront. And on top of that, the reason Mikage leaves is so that Tomoe can be less dependent on Mikage. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know, though, if that is the best thing you could have done to create this outcome. I mean, I say that, but like Mikage is he seems very smart, very knowledgeable. So for me to question his reasons or the way he does things is, I don't know, should I question it? So instead, he wants Tomoe to rely on a human, rely on Nanami. I just got, this almost reminds me of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic video game, in which, in the first game, somewhat spoilers, I guess. I mean, whatever. You were a bad person, but then your memories got erased and you were thrown into the Jedi Order to become a Jedi. So because of that, you started to be a good person, like all the good Jedi and so forth. To when eventually you do get your memories back, you still choose the good side because those are your recent memories. So that's who you are now. And I compare it to this of where Tomoe was sort of a bad guy. He got his memories erased. And now he's choosing to talk with humans, talk with someone like Nanami, to where when he eventually gets his memories back, he doesn't revert to the person he was before he lost his memories. He sticks with the good people with Nanami because that's who he is now. I don't know if that came across super well when I edit. Who knows? That's where my mind went. And then throughout this episode, I was getting kind of mad at Tomoe in some instances because it seemed like Nanami was doing everything she could to welcome Tomoe back, and Tomoe is so willing to stiff arm people from getting too close that he in turn hurts Nanami in the process, right? Now, I do think it's a good thing he turned back into a yokai first, because to him, that confirmed his feelings to Nanami. Because beforehand, he could have used the whole like familiar excuse. Like, the only reason why I feel this way for Nanami is because I'm a familiar. But now he can't say that because he felt the same way when he wasn't a familiar. So that's good. The problem was he finally felt this way, and then he started to freak out, and then his instincts was just to push Nanami away, be mean, and do all this ugly stuff, putting trauma on Nanami. And it could just be also trauma from Mikage, in a sense of maybe he doesn't want to get too close to his said master, because if she eventually leaves like Mikage did, he doesn't want to feel that same feeling of abandonment. So on one end, yes, he's pushing her away because the whole yokai human thing and his care for her or whatever, but it could also be the whole him and Mikage thing, and he doesn't want to be abandoned by someone he cares about again. And now I'm expecting the next episode to be them coming home, them starting things back up. Hopefully we see some of Kurama, and then maybe we'll get some more instances that happen in this episode of where Nanami and Tomoe do or say things that make each other flustered or could be twisted in some sort of way because now they like each other. And who knows, maybe Tomoe will eventually tell her. I don't think it'll be soon, but eventually. But anyways, that was my reaction to Kamisama Kiss Season 2, Episode 5. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want to know anything more, put a comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.